Так, все должно работать. Да, все. Всем добрый вечер. Мы продолжаем играть в очень хорошую игрушку. Вот так вот. Да. Зачем мне этот скайп? Так, все работает. Все отлично. Это дело мы вот так делаем. О.
How do you like to be swept off your feet?
Держит чучело кинкаджу, очевидно, убит выстрелом в шею сзади с близкого расстояния из крупнокалиберного ружья. Окей. Так, я такой, что... О, все. Туда я лучше не буду, потому что могу застрять. Или попробуем. Ага, дорогой барон Дюма, ваша просьба очень необычная, но у меня не возникнет проблем с изготовлением драпировки. Полагаю, понадобится 47 животных. Портной Ллойд. Слушай, сюда мне не надо было, называется. Прикольно. Давай сюда попробуем побежать, посмотреть, что тут. А, все, тут ничего нет, окей. Кому? Барон Дюма. От фирмы скунсов Хойта Боба. 47 ваших животных будут доставлены в следующей неделе экспресс-службой доставки. Нифига у них там служба, походу.
Yes?
Good afternoon. My name is Mia Haig. I'm from Men of Influence magazine.
Men of influence? What on earth are you doing here?
This is the residence of Baron Archibald Dumas, is it not?
Yes?
Baron Dumas certainly seems to qualify as a man of influence, wouldn't you say?
I suppose it would depend on how you choose to define influence.
He is the president of Dumas Industrial Enterprises.
Ah.
He's wealthy.
True.
He's well respected. He's dashing. He's debonair.
Listen, this is all very educational, but what exactly do you want?
Так, я надеялся расспросить барона Дюма для нашей серии «Идеальной жизни». Каждый месяц мы выбираем другого человека, показываем идеальную жизнь.
I'd like to interview the Baron about the future of Dumas Industrial Enterprises. Our readers love stories about savvy businessmen conquering corporate challenges in our modern age.
Ah, yes. Sadly, the Baron does not disclose information regarding his business to anyone, even attractive young females such as yourself. So sorry.
I was hoping to profile Baron Dumas for a Perfect Lives series. Each month we cover a different person whose lifestyle and disposition exemplify perfect living.
And you wish to include his lordship in this series?
Yes, the idea is to penetrate the myth and get to know the man, his pastimes, his ambitions, his accomplishments, the things that make him tick.
I see.
He's a model aristocrat.
Ah,
Someone our readers can look up to.
of course. Will you excuse me for a moment, Miss Haig? I don't think I could forgive myself if I were to let this sublime opportunity pass by. I will discuss your request with his lordship and return presently with his answer.
Thank you.
Please, wait here. I shan't be a moment. Very well. His lordship has agreed to see you.
Excellent.
This should be amusing.
What do you mean?
Nothing. Follow me, please. Miss Haig, sir.
Splendid. Show her in.
I'll leave you to your interview, darling. I'll be shopping for the rest of the afternoon.
Yes, yes. Have a marvelous time, Chipmunk.
Don't call me that.
As you wish, my love. Pip pip.
He's rather larger than I expected.
Ah, yes. He's a big bundle of charisma and intelligence. If you're lucky, perhaps he'll regale you with his rousing safari adventures.
Good day, Baron Dumont.
Goodness, had I known you would be so sumptuous, I might have preened. Care for a drink?
No, thank you. It's a little early for me.
Well, I'll indulge for us both in that case. I hope you'll pardon me for saying so, but you're a ravishing girl. Simply ravishing.
That's very kind of you. I'm sure your wife feels absolutely spoiled by your abundant charm.
Oh, she's a lucky old crow, I'll grant you that. Now then, Giles tells me you want to profile me for this magazine of yours. Men of Influence, was it?
Yes, each issue we cover a different person in our Perfect Lives series, someone whose lifestyle and achievements serve as inspiration for our readers.
Jolly good. You've come to the right place. That will be all, Giles.
Actually, sir, I thought it might be worthwhile for me to stay, in case the young lady should desire anything at all.
Splendid idea. Pip pip.
Yes, sir. I'll be right over here if you require anything, Miss Haig.
Thank you. Baron Dumont, do you mind if I record our interview? I'd rather devote my attention to you than to my notepad.
And who could blame you? Record away, my dear. So then, where shall we begin?
Первое, что чувствует охотник к голосу, очевидно, только своим.
Clearly, it takes a savvy, intelligent individual to succeed in business the way you have. What's your secret?
Well, I suppose it takes a solid appreciation of the fundamentals of business success. Once you have that, the rest is easy.
Много людей с таким огромным богатством поддаются лени или излишествам. Как вы остаетесь таким успешным и целеустремленным, постоянно сталкиваясь с искушением? Каков наиболее героический поступок в охотничьих?
What's the most heroic thing you ever did on safari?
Ah, yeah, splendid question. Well, I once wrestled a lion to the ground and strangled it to death with my bare hands. Yes, I remember now. My porter had injured his leg and was about to be mauled.
Dear Lord! Dear Lord, how courageous!
Yes, indeed.
Oh, one doesn't really stop to think about these things. One merely acts.
It's amazing you didn't come to harm.
Yes, well, the Dumas lineage is renowned for resourcefulness and fortitude.
Я уверен, что человек с вашим именем столь же хорошо начитан, сколько и обаятельно. Какие литературные...
I'm sure our loyal readers would love to know what hunting rifle such a magnificent sportsman favors on safari.
Ah, yes, indeed. Well, it depends to some degree on the beast I'm tracking. For a tiger, I tend to favor the legendary Matterhorn Model 4 special issue.
Isn't that a .22 caliber target rifle? Seems a bit feeble for a tiger.
Yes, but I savor a challenge.
How intrepid. You must be quite a marksman to take down a tiger with a single round from a .22.
Well, sometimes it takes a few more than that.
Still, even 3 rounds is impressive.
It's usually more like 17 or 18.
Really? You might find a larger caliber to be more humane.
Yes, but then you have to deal with all that nasty recoil.
I see.
Расскажите, какое самое опасное животное, с которым вы сталкивались? Заметил вас изящника искусства. Кто ваш любимый?
What's the most dangerous animal you ever faced?
I once squared off against a silverback gorilla.
A silverback gorilla?
Yes, a huge, ferocious, man-eating beast.
Man-eating?
Quite so.
But I was under the impression that gorillas were herbivores and very gentle unless threatened.
Well, that's true of some gorillas, but this was one of the dreaded man-eating gorillas of Pakistan.
I wasn't aware there were gorillas in Pakistan.
Well, that's because few live to tell of them, you see.
Well, it's fortunate that you did.
Agreed. Silverbacks are by far the most dangerous animals to hunt.
I was under the impression that that distinction went to Cape buffalo.
Nonsense. Cape buffalo are just glorified cows.
Так, пожалуй, вот это вот. Есть что-нибудь такое, что может побудить страх сердца такого смелого охотника, как вы?
Is there anything that can strike fear into the heart of such a stalwart hunter as yourself?
Frankly, no.
Really? Nothing at all?
Not that I can think of.
Not even centipedes?
Oh, dreadful things. Yes, I suppose, perhaps centipedes.
Personally, I'm terrified of rats.
Oh, God, yes. Those beady, evil little eyes and sharp little vermin teeth. Horrible animals, especially in a mob.
And spiders.
Oh, don't even mention them.
How did you become so courageous?
Oh, just something one's born with, I suppose.
Так поняла, что среди ваших предков были епископы. Как ваша поколебимая вера влияет на... Непоколебимая вера влияет на повседневную жизнь, может быть?
I imagine you've traveled to many exotic locales across the globe in your many daring adventures. Is there any place you favor above all others for hunting?
Ah, most certainly.
Let me guess. Kenya.
Oh, goodness, no. I don't speak a word of Chinese.
But Kenya's in Africa.
Oh, I thought you were referring to the one in China.
All right then. How about Bengal?
Cold weather doesn't agree with me.
Rhodesia?
Heavens.
Madagascar?
Not on your life.
Where then?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I'm quite fond of Bristol.
Partridge?
Pandas. Giant pandas.
Bristol, England?
Yes, indeed.
I wasn't aware of any giant pandas in Bristol.
Well, they're important.
I see.
Вопрос 7. У вас фойе. Как ваш подход к управлению прочными предметами отличается от подхода вашего отца?
How has your approach to running Dumas Industrial Enterprises differed from your late father's?
I'm not really sure what approach my father used, but I like to run things strictly by the book.
By the book?
Yes, you know, according to policy.
But whose policies?
I'm afraid that information is strictly classified. Next.
Так.
What historical figure do you most admire?
Probably Beowulf.
I was thinking of historical rather than fictional individuals.
Well, I was referring to the historical Beowulf, not the fictional one.
You mean the one who slew Grendel and his mother?
That's right.
He's a fictional character.
Yes, I know that, but there was also an historical one.
The Beowulf who fought the dragon.
Precisely.
But there aren't any dragons.
Well, not anymore, thanks to Beowulf.
There weren't any to begin with, unless you count the dinosaurs, that is. But there weren't any of those wandering around during the time when Beowulf would have lived if he were a real person instead of a fictional character.
Are you quite sure?
Yes.
I see.
Well, that's all the questions I prepared. I must confess, I'm positive this will be our most popular Perfect Lives installment yet.
Oh, you think so?
Absolutely. Rarely does nature combine so many excellent qualities in one man. Our readers will be fascinated and maybe even a bit envious.
One can hardly blame them.
What I don't understand is where such a busy man finds the time to be a successful business tycoon, loving husband, daring hunter, astute philosopher, cultivated humorist, etc. Aren't you overwhelmed?
Well, one learns to delegate. For example, although you wouldn't guess it, I'm only peripherally involved with Dumas Enterprises these days. Strictly in an advisory capacity, you see, to keep the company on track.
How ingenious.
Oh, well, I have my moments.
But isn't it an awful risk to hand over operations to someone less accomplished in the subtleties of enterprise than yourself?
Actually, it's safer that way.
Really?
Yes, you see, in my experience, the less one knows about running a business, the less he can screw up. I make all the important decisions. The rest is just, paperwork.
Still, you wouldn't want your competitors getting their hands on that paperwork.
Oh, quite true. But we have a very large safe in which to store it.
Safes can be cracked.
No, not this one. Even if someone could get inside, he'd still have to get past the security system.
Sounds daunting.
Oh, it is. There are invisible beams.
Infrared?
Exactly. If you touch one of them, the doors lock and poison gas is released into the safe.
How terrible.
Oh, I'd like to meet the burglar who could get in there.
It would take a lunatic even to attempt it.
Or a fool.
Thank you for your time, Baron Dumas. It's been an eye-opening experience.
I'm happy to oblige. Never turn your back on a worthy cause, I always say.
A worthy meal is more like it.
Не обнаружить себя. Ладно. Причинный вред 1. Странное дело, походу.
Well done, Agent Archer. You may redeem yourself yet. In the meantime, don't get cocky. There's still work to be done. Command will fill you in on the details. Report there immediately.
Is it possible he was putting on an act?
I don't think so, sir. I'm fairly confident the man is an imbecile.
I heard the tape and I got to agree.
Still, it's clear that Dumas Industrial Enterprises is somehow linked to harm.
Well, didn't the Baron say that he wasn't really running the show anyway? Who's the vice president of the company?
According to our research, his name is Damascus Valentine.
D.V.
What?
His initials, Damascus Valentine, Dmitry Volkov. Coincidence?
Seems rather tenuous.
But nonetheless intriguing. In any case, we need to know what's in the safe the Baron mentioned to you. It won't be easy, naturally, but it could be the key to this investigation.
I'm looking forward to the challenge, sir.
That's the spirit. Mr. Smith, what did intelligence find out about the building?
It's a veritable fortress. Not only is there a suspiciously large and well-trained security staff, but they've also invested heavily in high-tech surveillance equipment, cameras, infrared alarm systems, the works.
They must really have something to hide.
Our thoughts exactly.
So what's the plan? Who is going inside?
You are.
What? Why her? It's way too dangerous for a woman.
Oh, don't start with that again.
Before joining Unity, Agent Archer was something of an expert in covert infiltration, one might say.
Breaking and entering, others might say.
Whatever the case, this assignment calls for stealth and subtlety.
Yeah, I know. Subtlety isn't my specialty. I still think it's too dangerous for her to go in alone.
Which is why you'll be providing a distraction for her downstairs.
I like the sound of that.
How do I get inside?
Attempting entry on the ground floor would be suicide, even for an expert like Ms. Archer. The only way in is through the roof access.
What did you have in mind? Am I going to have to parachute in?
Too imprecise. Fortunately, there's an alternative. Dumas Enterprises is erecting a second skyscraper right next to its corporate headquarters. Our surveillance photos suggest that if you can get to the top of the new building, you can use a crane to cross over to the roof of the old one.
The surveillance photos suggest that this is possible?
It will be close. You'll have a zip cord to cut the difference.
I see.
Once you're inside the building, you'll need to locate the president's office and find the safe. Photograph anything remotely suspicious.
We don't want to tip our hand, so leave everything as you found it. The less they know about our mission, the better. Now then, time is of the essence.
Yes, sir.
И хорошо.
Welcome to Advanced Field Tactics. Here we have the Sphinx Series M Code Breaker. Simply attach it to a standard 10-key security pad, and it will run through a series of combinations until it breaks the code. The duration of this process is determined by the complexity of the code, so it may be advisable to hide until the procedure is complete. Try out your code breaker on this keypad.
А, то есть он забирается обратно, да?
Scanner to your sunglasses to help you circumvent the security systems you're likely to encounter. If you see suspicious-looking fixtures like these mounted on a wall, be sure to switch on your scanner lest you announce your presence unintentionally.
А, блин, на бок зашел, ну. Да, превосходно, согласен. Рэпи опера, он это не так.
I'm bored. I never have any fun. Neither do I.
While it's clear that Dumas Industrial Enterprises is somehow involved with harm, it's not entirely certain who the mastermind is. You must infiltrate the company's corporate headquarters building, locate the safe in the president's office, and photograph any relevant documents you find. Agent Goodman will provide a distraction that should draw attention away from you, but you should still expect resistance.
Окей. Так, проникнуть в здание, корпоративно обнаружить, искать информацию. Подожди, выбор оружия. Тихий, ага, арбалет. Гордон, это сразу нет. А взрывчатка-то мне зачем? Не надо. Усыпляющий газ возьму. Ага. То есть в любом случае мне нужно что-то брать, да? давай возьмем на всякий случай. А, вот чё. А чё ж я... Так, что тут есть еще? Пам. Возьмем это, пожалуй. Взломщик кодов, механический пудель нет, монета, уничтожитель тел, на всякий случай. Давай на всякий случай возьмем бинты. Все, поехали.
Give me a signal when you're in position. I'll stir things up down here. The diversion should make it easier for you to get inside unnoticed.
What kind of signal?
I don't know, something that'll get my attention.
Right. Take care of yourself.
Don't worry about me, just get to that safe as fast as you can. If they figure out what you're up to, you're as good as dead.
Окей. Где ты вообще? И что это было? Я ж прямо по тебе стрельнул, ну.
What's with the extra security?
I don't know.
There ain't much in the way of valuables lying about.
I don't give the orders, I just do my job.
Me and Fritzy's been alone on night shift for 3 months. Not so much as a kitten's come in here.
Who's Fritzy?
Me dog.
Oh,
It's true what they say, you know, about dogs being man's best friend and all that.
mm-hmm.
Not that I turned down a pony, mind ya. What do you think about sheep?
Listen, I'd better make my rounds.
Righto then. Or a parakeet. Righto then.
А как же ты заметил? Я понял. А, вот походу как у меня из запалит получается, ну. Так, я надеюсь, остальные меня не запалили. Так, вижу камеру. Тут ничего нету. Планы музея перед Вагнера. Окей. Так, я надеюсь, тут... Ага, нет, это не подходит. Значит, можно потихоньку двигаться. Единственное, что я хотел еще... А, ё-моё, ну... Так вот тоже ничего, все. Так, смотрим дальше. Чего у нас тут никого нету. Я вас понял. Отлично. Оно на него смотрит, все, я понял. Всех лишь, что ли? Да, засекли. Ладно. Одна записка Харм. Сбереженное пение, заработанное пение, пожалуйста, включайте электричество не в часы пик. Помните, что значит Харм. Ага, а это походу... А, это проход наверх получается. А, это выход, все. Окей.
So, how's the new place?
Good. My mum's been helping out a bit. I'm redoing the master bedroom. New paint, wood floors, getting rid of that ugly mirror on the ceiling.
Is she charging you?
Not a penny.
Wow, send her over to my place when she's done. So, what colour are you going with?
You mean the paint? Off-white. Hannah was trying to convince me to go with pistachio, but it's so hard to put anything on coloured walls.
I know what you mean. I've got this Modigliani print I really like, but my apartment is sort of a light tangerine.
Man.
Yes, it's pretty bad. For decoration, I've been sticking to charcoals and muted watercolours for the most part.
I sympathise, buddy. Me. I'm actually hoping I can convince my mum to do the living room next. But I don't know if I can put up with her dog.
What kind of dog is it?
One of those little Jack Russell Terriers.
They're pretty smart, aren't they?
Yeah, but this one has a skin problem.
Oh.
It's disgusting.
Still, it sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, I guess a sticky little dog's a small price to pay.
Так, сейчас посмотрим, где вы там. Ген поднялся наверх, получается, да? А это, походу, проход вниз, да? Может и нет, кстати. Это сейчас интересное дело, что это вообще. А, все, я бы и не смог получаться.
Do we get paid today?
Day after tomorrow.
Are you sure?
That's what the boss said.
You'd think they could at least come up with a consistent disbursement schedule. These arbitrary paydays are really getting old.
No kidding. My car almost got repossessed last month.
That's horrible. I guess it's better than my last job. Not only did we not get paid regularly, we didn't even know how much we were gonna get. It was sort of a profit-sharing arrangement, so if we had a slow month, we might get half of what we got the month before.
I need more stability than that.
If I had legitimate job skills, I'd get out of this racket in a second.
Who were you working for anyway?
Fist of Injustice.
Oh, I heard about them.
Nothing good, I wager.
Lucky you got out of there before that deal in Taiwan.
Tell me about it. They lost about 30 guys. All because some punk got on conscience and ratted to the cops.
Rotten bastard.
Shark food now.
Такое чувство, что либо это пасхалочка на кого-то из этих, из частей Джеймса Бонда. Все, просто стоять будете, что ли? А мне что делать? Кому? Вичи, фирма Хуйтабол. Пожалуйста, сообщите мне, сколько стоит одно животное. Спасибо, Лиль. Будет. Окей, мы даже ни разу не коцнули. А тут что? Я запустил по входу лифт. Ага, все. Нормально. На всякий пожар. Ничего, все. Значит, что мы можем. Поехали. Слушай, я походу понял. Я в самом начале, на начало вернулся. Кажется, да? Угу. Ничего, нет никаких бумаг. Просто интересно, либо мне назад возвращаться сейчас. Значит, мы все-таки дальше. Еще, походу, где-то реально пропустил главный лифт. Вроде бы ничего такого нет. Тут вроде тоже. Вот тебя едешь. Так я только не понял. Где же тогда главный лифт? Где тогда главный лифт? Может, он где-то там дальше, что ли? Ну, нету тут ничего, ну. Он что, оказывается. Прикольно. Что я его, конечно. Ё-моё. Что происходит? Ай-яй-яй-яй. Это ж и точно кошелек. Ну что тут? Дайте мне. Уж по мне стрелять. Вон она бессмертная. Может тут что-то надо делать? Иди сюда. Давай, давай, иди сюда. Шо ж ты орёшь-то так? Сюда делись. Ну, ты серьезно? Спать, конечно, интереснее. Меня это радио достало уже.
I think something's going on down there.
Well, radio and find out.
What the hell are we doing up here anyway? If there's really supposed to be trouble tonight, we should be down there where the action is. What have we came up with this plan?
Regulation 471.2.
Huh? What's regulation 471.2?
Don't question orders.
Got that one memorised, eh? Been studying, have you?
Never mind that. Radio downstairs and find out what's going on.
Sure thing, tough guy. Regulation 471.2.
Do you want me to report you? Is that it?
Чудило, меня спалил. Кто? О, броня. Отлично. По-тихому, к сожалению, не получилось.
You don't have fingernail clippers, do you?
Nah, sorry.
Damn, I forgot to clip them this morning. They're driving me crazy.
Chew them off.
Normally I would, but my car stalled on the way to work, and now I've got this nasty grease under my nails.
Хорошо, снизу что? Ну что-то ж по-любому есть. О. Так, накладная записка службы эксплуатации от начальника Стефана. Ваши люди ради потехи опять катались на кране Виндзора в 4000. Надлежащее обслуживание нашего города является первоочередной задачей. Халатность будет наказана. Ясно ли я выражаюсь? Да, я думаю, но... Тут есть шобра. Фотография роскошного минерального источника у сауны, башни дома на 37 этаже. Живучий, конечно, парень. И все что ли? Нет, все. Там что-то валялось, походу. Что валяется? А вот что? Генератор. Нет. С ним ничего не связано. Слушай, а вниз я могу как-то спуститься аккуратно? Отлично. Или не могу уже? Нет, обратно я не смогу. Я смогу, может быть, кстати. Все, не смогу. А, все. И сюда. И вот сюда вот. Блин, а там записка еще. А что там, кстати? Пропустил, жалко. Не смогу листнуть, да? Жалко, очень жалко. Можно, кстати, спуститься к ней заново, но потушь. Мне походу сюда и надо аккуратно спуститься. Только вот как? Понимаю, нет. Да. Вы серьезно?
Got you. So hello?
Он себя еле-еле спас.
You meet the old man's new secretary?
Yes, what's her name? Patricia?
Who cares what her name is? I don't want to talk to her. I just want to get to know her, if you take my meaning.
Oh, grow up.
You're not one of them guys who likes to talk about his feelings and stuff, are you?
No, I'm just one of those guys that likes to get to know a girl before I jump in the sack with her.
Not me. The less I know, the better.
I used to feel that way when I was 16.
Yeah? Well, that's your problem.
There was a guy like you in my old neighborhood. He was pretty tough, until he ended up with a double whammy of syphilis and gonorrhea, with a stubborn case of crabs for dessert.
Man.
Nowadays, I stay away from anything I'm not sure about. That secretary may be cute, but she's got a thing for sailors, I'm not interested.
Hello? Everybody down!
Я
Well, that's your problem.
There was a guy like you in
блин.
my old neighborhood. It was pretty tough, till he ended up with a double whammy of syphilis and gonorrhea, with a stubborn case of crabs for dessert. Man. Nowadays, I stay away from anything I'm not sure about. That secretary may be cute, but if she's got a thing for sailors, I'm not interested.
Is there anyone there?
А, ё-моё, ну.
Who's there?
А, я же забыл, даже можно вырубать, ну. Помощник барона Дюма, строительство, все нагревательные и охладительные трубопроводы были очищены и отделаны в соответствии с директивой 39985 раздел 4. А вы серьезно? Так оттуда бы я проник просто. Понимаю. Что за день? Я вычистил все трубы в этом здании своими руками, моя спина не доконает. Возможно, я буду слишком сочувствовать для визита к твоей матери, найти как-то любовью. Привет. Бедный Фред. Нормально, далековато. Ну так подожди, я ж подал, ну что это, походу, надо где-то его... Может было бы типа вырубить. Так, ладушки, Серег. Зря, что сегодня так мало, мне надо завтра рано вставать. Спасибо тебе за просмотр, за все дела. Доброй ночи и приятных снов. Я сегодня попозже еще постримлю. Давай, пока-пока.